Hey chicks, let's chat. Happy Friday. I hope everything going good for everybody. I am definitely off to a good start. So let's talk about it. I am going to give my list of the biggest turnoffs. The things that men do that just gets under my skin. So make sure that, in the comments, y'all chime in and let me know what are some, turnoffs. And some turnoffs can become like non-negotiables, deal breakers. But then other turnoffs may be things that like they can fix, right? But sometimes we'll stop dealing with a person because we don't know how to address that thing that we want them to fix. We don't know how to address it without offending them, or we think that it's something that they're not going to be able to fix. And sometimes it is stuff that they can fix, sometimes it's stuff they can't fix, but it still could be ways around it. So every time something is a turn off, it does not have to be a situation where, okay, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Some things you really can work on. Some things I have seen change over time. If you deal with a person long enough, you can see how that person has improved in certain ways from where they actually started, But, so let's get into it. So for me, my top, I don't know if it's the top, but it's at the top. Oh my goodness. If you don't have your hygiene together, oh my goodness, that is so like, yeah, you have to have that together. That is and when I talk about hygiene, I mean, like, I ain't saying you have to walk around like a supermodel, no, but I mean simple basic things like, don't get in the bed with me and you ain't bathed. That is I can't even believe it's grown musty men doing that. That's a no for me. No, not especially not somebody you ready to be intimate and you ain't said about. Oh no, that I don't like that. And yeah, and like everything comes with the hygiene. I mean, smelling good. I mean, well groomed, especially if you don't look that good, right? If you just like an average looking dude or a non-average looking dude, you can up the ante by the type of cologne you wear. You could up the ante by just, it's a lot of ways you can compensate if you feel that you not no good looking dude or whatever, and that's an issue for you. Having impeccable hygiene, going to the dentist. Please, dudes, go to the dentist. Like, that's a thing. We all should be doing that, and I think that's probably something that a lot of people don't like doing. I just went to the orthodontist yesterday. My mouth's hurting right now. But here's the thing. Little things sometimes make the biggest difference. Your breath fresh, that make her want to kiss on you if she's a kisser, But if that mouth musty, like, that, that just, it's some things that can just really set the tone, and it's some things that can really just mess up the whole vibe. I mean, your skin, taking care of your skin, that's a must. Doing that, yeah, now, it's even better if you just naturally have beautiful skin. That's wonderful. But if you have some skin challenges and you ain't really doing nothing, you just walking around face messed up and you're not even trying to work on it, all of that to me is like hygiene. Feet, ain't no reason for your feet to be like just toe up in this day and time. Men do go get pedicures and stuff like that. Just overall health and presenting well. You know what I'm saying? Of course, weight and all of that is included in that. And you know, I can't be like, oh, you know, super, you know, negative on the weight, because I know what my weight is. But here's the thing. Listen now, ain't nobody trying to get locked in with nobody just so that they could you know, start having to be their nurse. So everybody should be responsible for trying to make sure that, you know, they're taking care of the things within their body that they need to be taken care of, right? So that, you know, you don't put that burden on your wife, your kids or whatever. You know, life gonna happen. So some things you ain't gonna be able to control, but the things that you're able to control, you know, do it to the best of your ability. Like if I'm dating a dude and, you know, he's overweight, okay, listen, Joker, like you can't just be eating sloppy and stupid every time we're around each other. Like, no. No, that's a no. All right, so that's hygiene. All that, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, all of that. That is one thing that could be just a deal breaker if you ain't, you know, doing the things you need to do. Another thing that, oh my goodness, you have baby mamas, situations that's out of control. Ex-girlfriends, ex-old ladies, ex-situations, and they're out of control. Like, that's a turnoff. You should not be trying to reach out to nobody, holler at no girl, especially no woman who is, you know, got anything going for herself. Like, you know, really a lady of substance. When you don't have your stuff together in that way, that's an insult to that lady. You know, you got somebody that's gonna be blowing up her phone, calling her job, running past her house. You know, and this lady is a woman of substance, and you bring your trash to her front door. The audacity, the nerve of you, Have your stuff together before you trying to approach a lady of substance. Now, if she ain't of substance and you just wanna, you know, whatever, but somebody that you serious about, Negro, have your stuff together. Have your stuff together. Don't bring garbage to a young lady who, you know, she trying to do something with herself, or she have done something with herself. Don't bring those situations where you halfway in, you halfway out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a no. Another thing that's a turn off is, you know, not having your business together. Now, I ain't saying, I'm not gonna say your credit score gotta be super high, this, that, or third. I ain't gonna say all that, because you can work on that. But I mean, being just negligent about stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what the credit score is. You don't even know if, you know, when your license expired, or, you know, because everything is in your mama name or your grandma name. They sent the letter to the house and you didn't know because you don't stay there. Your people them didn't give you the mail. And listen, you got to be grown in this season, especially when you're dealing with women of substance. That's a turn off to even start hearing all them stupid stories. Like, if we 20, okay. But when we get in our 30s and 40s, don't nobody want to hear all them stupid reasons why, you know, you slacking when it comes to your business. Sure, anybody can miss a letter of notice. Anybody can, you know, but if your situation is like that habitually, and you got more than one situation, you can understand, okay, this messed up over here, but all your other stuff lined up. But Joker, you got this going on that's raggedy, you got that going on that's raggedy. Get yourself together before you approach a woman of substance. You hear me? It's annoying because every woman don't want to jump in and have to fix all your stuff for you just so she could date you, just so she could tell her homegirls that, oh yeah, he got this and that, you know, yeah, because you done helped him. Every woman don't want to have to jump in and do all of that. And then men be mad when, oh yeah, you don't want to build, you don't want. No, Negro, grow up. Grow up. I had to. But I'm supposed to give you a pass. But I had to be on my jump. I had to pay attention to what was going on in my life and handling my business. But I'm supposed to bump into a grown behind man who might be my age or older, and I'm supposed to give you all type of passes and excuses for what? Why? It's okay that you could brag to your people, your homeboys, that you done met a chick who got herself together. She got this, she got that, but she can't do the same for you, and that's supposed to be all right. She got to tell her homegirl, I met somebody, but I don't know, child. You know, we'll see how I go. That's code for he ain't really got all this stuff together. I like him a little bit, but he ain't really got all this stuff together. But I'ma see. Yo, why we always have to take the L? Yeah. So not having your not having a good overlook of what's going on. And again, you gotta understand, I'm talking from a perspective of an older person, right? Because I understand that as a chick, you young, you in your early 20s, and you may not have that together, and you may meet a young lady that, hey, both of y'all growing and fixing y'all credit and learning this and learning that, and y'all doing that together. I understand that y'all still growing and learning, but at a certain age, when a person is trying to present themselves to you, it's some things I just need you to be up on. Even if it ain't all the way together, at least know that, hey, it's something you need to work on. I've been working on my credit. I done downloaded Credit Karma. Okay, that let me know that if I need to help you, at least you done gave me something to work with. Because you know a little something about something that you know you need to fix it. That okay. So then hey, listen, we finna dispute this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could take it and run with it. So it's not that you don't want to have to help, but you don't want to have to do everything like that's your child. Because if I have to come in acting like that, I'm going to be talking to you like that too. I ain't lying. I'm going to be talking to you like that. Because, especially me, because my patience be a little short sometimes. So, you come in the situation acting like a child, and you don't know the kind of things you supposed to, have a handle on at this age and stage, then eventually I'm gonna start acting like I'm gonna start sunning you, because that's what you acting like, my son. Worse than what would have been my son, because I would have hoped that I would have taught him better, and he would be presenting better at this age. But yeah, so not having stuff together, that's a big turn off. Not having a handle on regular adulting stuff. I ain't talking about like you in the middle of moving or no, that's life stuff. No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, just other basic adulting stuff you seem to not have a clue about. Yeah, that's a turn off. The next turn-offs are I hate to say this, but the next turn-off is like a lot of kids that spread out. That's a turn-off. Even if you do take care of them, they here, they there. Because you know what? Eventually, a woman has to infuse her life into that situation, right? So instantly when I hear, this, that, like, I got a kid that's out of town, that's, one that's here, I start thinking like, okay, that mean that when we travel, when we do this, when we do that, like, we're gonna have to like include some of that stuff into, how we move it. We're gonna have to move a certain way. So that I already start putting limitations on our situation. It's not that it's impossible, Because maybe you got one daughter that live out of town. Okay, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But when you got multiples and they spread out, that's a turn off. Because you know what? Making sure that, especially if they under 18, because what we ain't gonna do is be bringing no bad luck to our situation. So we're gonna make sure them kids good. That's what you got. You have to be willing to do that. Not even because you like kids so much, or because you know you trying to fit in, but to me, because you don't want no negative energy coming on y'all situation. You don't want them kids looking at y'all situation like, well, they be doing everything, this, that. Then I'm over here with my mama and we don't have this, we don't have that. No. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. You know, I would hate for me to be dealing with a man and his baby mama struggling. I would hate for that to be going on. Because we ain't finna be struggling over here. We ain't struggling over here. You know. And I remember a dude told me one time, he was telling me how his girlfriend was pissed off at him, or she had a problem with the fact that he had sent, you know, his baby mama little $100 to go towards the light bill. Now he paid child support for the kid, but he had something a little extra because she asked or whatever. And the girlfriend had an issue with that. And he said he had to tell her, listen, you don't even know what it's like to pay bills because I take care of everything over here. You're not even wanting for anything. Right? So what difference do it make if I shoot her some money for the light bill and my kids over there? $100, what's that? I spend that on lottery tickets. So I'm of that I will be of that same mindset. Like, she ain't finna be having no attitudes because we living good, because we gonna live good. Right? It's already read, baby. We gonna live good. And I'm not even gonna act like, hey, as long as I'm comfortable with the fact that y'all don't have anything going on, we got to make sure y'all straight. We gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so preferably now, you would deal with a dude that his baby mama's got their stuff together. Cause then you don't have to feel no extra pressure. You don't have to feel no kind of way about nothing. She good. He doing what he's supposed to do for them kids. She doing what she's supposed to do. There is no lack. Everybody good. What is the problem? Right? So yeah, if you can minimize, and a lot of times, you know, guys have made terrible mistakes in their youth. So it may be a situation where them kids spread out and stuff like that. And he may be an awesome guy. But I'm just saying, especially if you're a younger guy, if you can not set your setup like that, that will be beneficial for you in the long term, especially if you're not going to be with the mother of your kids. To not have, you know, now some women might don't care. They might not care. But then maybe they may not be thinking of the situation like I'm thinking. This becomes your family. Do you want your kids here, there, everywhere? You know? And you having to kick out money for them? Because anything you having to kick out money for, you want to be able to go and put your hand on it. You want to be able to go and touch down and see it, make sure everything good, make sure the money going where it's supposed to, right? So if they not, you know, collectively in the same place, how you gonna do that? How you gonna set your eyes on them and make sure they're good? You know, that's gonna take a whole lot of money, a whole lot of traveling. It just adds to a situation and making it a little more complicated than it have to be. So, you know, preferably that would be a situation I would avoid if I could. He would just have to be an awesome guy, or those kids would have to be grown. You know, but little kids spaced out here, there, like that's the next thing is unemployment, lack of ambition. Right? Now, if I meet you and you don't have no job, but you know, you got a business idea that you getting ready to, you know, launch off, takes nothing from me, you ain't asking me for nothing. Okay. Because the ambition, right, is what I'm looking for. Wanting, having a desire for better, to do better, to achieve some goals, right? If you ain't did nothing since you graduated high school, that's a turnoff to me. Now for other women, if they ain't did nothing since high school, then hey, that's perfect. Y'all perfect. But for me, like, I want to see some ambition. I want to see some, even if the business is flopped, even if whatever you were doing, it did not work out. It's just the fact that you have the desire to try something, to want to do something, right? Even if, you know, you may be a dude that, hey, you don't really want no your own business. You good with working the job you working. You just work a couple of extra hours, or maybe you don't even have to do that because the job you have pays good, pays well. You know, and you planning on retiring from there? Okay, cool. Because everybody don't want to do the extra stuff. One job may be enough. But if you don't have no job, and you don't have no business, and you don't have no ambition, you ain't talking about doing nothing, and you ain't handicapped, you ain't disabled, well, you know, and you ain't no retired military veteran where you got a check coming in or something. You just in the streets. That's it. Oh, yo. Baby. Had to catch me in the 90s for that. For me to be alright with that. Because now that I'm old and grown. What? That's so lame to me. That's lame. Out of this whole life, that's all you could do with yourself is be in the street. You couldn't think of nothing else to do. Nothing else to do. Even while you in the street, you couldn't have came up with no business. You couldn't have bought no semi-trailer trucks. You couldn't have, you know, invested in a laundromat. You couldn't have, all the chicks you done mess with, you couldn't have got nobody a daycare, let them run that, and you get the residuals off. Like, it's so many things you could have done while being in the streets if you were ambitious. But the problem was you was just in the streets, and even though you was in the streets, you still weren't ambitious even in the streets. So yeah, that's a problem. No employment, And then some dudes, you ain't in the streets and you ain't employed. You just looking for the next best thing. Then you see a plus size chick and you think you finna eat off of her. Ooh, I know you lying. I know you lying. I don't know why dudes think that that's like a sweet lick or something. Like, maybe it is for some women, but you got to see how their personality and their self-esteem set up. Boy, look at here. But listen, the way mine set up, boy, look at here. You'll be like, boy, that heifer think she more than what she is. Joker ain't finna take care of your big grown tail. Who? Oh, who? Hey, well, while they say you gonna love me for my ambition, I sure am. I'm gonna love you for your ambition. Please have some. Please have some. And let me see, what else I don't like? What else I think is a turn off? Because one thing about me, I feel like I like to be fair. I don't like to be, you know, like, I ain't petty. Like, make it make sense. Everybody has some shortcomings and some things that they can work on. You know, a person could take this video and just eat it alive. Look at her talking about it. She did it. I tell you what, meet me and let's have a talk, and then see, don't your mindset change, baby. Something that is a turn off, a messy family. Now, you can't control that, but you gotta have some level of control over it. Because you got a messy family, messy mama, messy sisters, messy brothers. Like, I have to consider that, because at some point that's going to spill over into our relationship or into our life. That's a turnoff. Coming from a messy family, that's a turnoff. It is. I mean, you really have to be you would have to be an exceptional person for me to indulge in that, because when I go meet your people, if they on that bull crap, I ain't on that. Like, if they don't have enough intelligence to be cordial to whatever smart thing you gonna say about me, say it when I'm gone. You know, like, have a little cool about you. I need to see that. Right? I need to see that. The messy families, that's enough for me. That's enough for me. Like, you would really have to be an exceptional guy, you know. Because messy families a turn off. Now, some women, they may love it. You know, oh, his mama talk bad about his baby mama, and, you know, man, his mama real tight. All that is great and wonderful if you can be tight with, you know, his mama and all of that. But you don't have to be tight at the expense of the other girl, because she hate the other girl. Because a lot of times, just because she hate the other girl, it really don't mean that she like you. It just means that she really couldn't stand the other person, the last person, or the baby mama or something like that. Like, we're too old to play all them games. Because guess what? I'm not buying your sisters. I'm not buying your mamas. I'm not, none of that. I'm going to be nice to them. I'm going to be cordial with them. You know, and if we develop our own personal relationship, can't nobody come behind me. They'll forever love me. Right? But I'm not caking them. I'm not buying no friendships, and buying no respect, and buying no, you like me, you know, because I do this, because I buy you all this for your birthday and for Christmas. And listen, who finna do that? I ain't doing that. Not until me and her have our own relationship based on our own situation. Not just based on me liking you, me and you trying to be together. No. I have to have developed my own liking and loving and take it to her myself. Just doing it because she's your mom and I don't have my own good relationship with her, I'm not going to start off. Like, I was always told, baby, you got to start out how you can hold out. And so I'm not going to start out just throwing money, throwing gifts, you know, trying to buy the situation. No. Women do that all the time. I'm not going to do that with your kids. I'm not going to do that with none of your family. Now, once we have our relationship established, okay, we family. So, hey, same thing I would do for my nieces, nephews, or whatever I do, you know, look out for your kids or whatever like that. But, you know, I see people who, they'll be looking out for his kids, not even taking care of their own kids. Or they'll buy their boyfriend or their old man kids stuff better than what they buying their kids. Girl, girl, just go get you some Zephyr Hills, or some Fiji, because you too thirsty. You too thirsty. You don't need a man, you need something to drink. I ain't come up in that time with that foolishness. I ain't doing that. So yeah, those probably like my top things. You know, I feel like oh yeah, the last thing that's a turn off is if you like for me, you an atheist, you don't believe in God, you don't have no spiritual component about you, you don't have no reference for hey, don't even look my way. I'm not the sister for you. God bless you. But I'm not the person for you. I'm not. Ain't no convincing me. Ain't no trying to tell me about this, that, or the third. Listen, you believe on what you believe on, or the lack thereof. And I'm going to stand on what I stand on. But ain't nowhere in the world I would be attached to you, and you verbally saying you don't believe in God, and ain't no excuses you could give me that would be good enough for me to deal with you, and you don't believe in the Most High. We ain't doing that. So those are my top things. I think, unless it's something I really forgot, other things you probably could work with, or I would be willing to work with. And hey, even my list is probably things on my list that other women probably would be willing to deal with. But just me, for my situation, my temperament, my patience, I think, as you get older, you need to really, when you really know yourself, then you know the things that you just shouldn't even waste your time with it. You already know how it's going to turn out, because you already know how you feel about it previously. And that's a mistake that we make sometimes as women. We already know we didn't like that situation. We know we didn't like that setup, and we go into it anyways. You start liking him so much, you just overlook all the other stuff that you know you didn't like out the gate. That's a no. We gotta stop doing that. Y'all enjoy your day.